So, what do we have here? Well, on eBay, I was just perusing through and I saw some boards for sale that were unlabeled. They're just labeled Atari boards. I looked at them, said, "Oh my God, they're Millipede boards," and they were really cheap for Millipede boards. And the picture showed them wrapped in Saran wrap, which is just scary. But I'm like, Millipede boards, I'll buy them. And then I realized, literally like 5 seconds after I clicked "Buy it now," that they weren't Millipede boards; they were Centipede boards. But oh well, we're gonna fix them. I have some way overpriced Centipede boards around. By the time I fix them, they should probably at least break even. Oh, all right. They don't have cellophane on them. Well, that's nice. They definitely are not Millipede boards, though. They're definitely Centipede boards. Oh, this is interesting. This one's been repaired with a socket from what looks to be like a Midway, like a Pac-Man or something. Okay, and this one's missing chips. Well, they both have pokies. Maybe the pokies work. This one already, you can tell it's going to be we're going to have a clock issue at the very least. So let's replace these and hope they work. I'm actually going to take these video ROMs and put them straight in there, put a new chip on there, and see what happens. Alright, so let's do this. As I mentioned, I'm going to take the video ROMs off of this board, put them in that one, put a new clock circuit on, or clock chip on there, and see if it magically works. It's definitely not going to work without a clock chip. Okay, so I put a new crystal on there. Let's see what happens. Fire it up, and okay, so we have some graphics issues. We've seen these before. Well, I've seen them before in my fixing before. I can't remember. This is either, I remember correctly, a counter or an adder, I think. But we'll find out. Let's put it in test mode. All right, so it looks good. Besides that, just put a coin in and see what happens. Sound is off. Let's replace the pokey on that.
So you might ask, how do I know it needs a new pokey? Well, there's only two chips in the sound circuit of a Centipede. The pokey, which generates the sound, and the LM324, which basically amplifies it. So both of them often fail. If there's no sound, or it's like just sounds really like weird, scratchy, replace LM324. They're like not even $1 a piece. And if you have another pokey, you can also swap that in just to test. But when in doubt, if you didn't have another pokey, just put in a new LM324. But besides it, there's only two chips that it could be.
Pokey off my other board. Pop it in. Hope I didn't bend that. Yeah. Okay. So looks like it does have a bad pokey, which stinks. That's the most valuable part of that board. So it looks like we just got to fix this graphics issue. So my own repair logs from other boards at repair log number 31 on Centipede
indicates that this problem usually occurs with a failure of a 74LS83 at F6 or H6. It could be other things, but I've seen this a bunch of times, and I think almost always it was one of those chips. I'm just going to pull both of them and replace both of them just because it's fast, and I'm almost certain this is the problem. So here's the old chips that I pulled off, and I'm just going to put them in this quick chip identifier, which often will tell if a chip is bad. It will say error, ERR, and we see error on that chip. And the other chip also reads error.
So, as you can see, we replaced F6 and H6, and it works now. I just got to put it in the my actual control test bench and see if it works with the controls and that the high score save works. So we'll put it in the test bench now, my Centipede Tempest test rig. I don't have sound hooked up, so we won't be able to test sound, but we know the sound works from the other controller. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Okay, so let's try and see to make sure that the high score save circuit works. Put in test mode, it looks like it is. It says 409 plays. We'll play it once and then make sure it updates. Okay, controls working. That's great. We will now just let the... Oops, I put it in for 2 players, didn't I? Okay, so now we're gonna turn it off. Wait a few seconds, turn it back on. And we updated. We have 411 plays because we played a 2-player game. So it looks good. 1 board fixed. That was quick. We now add that board to my pile of working Centipede boards. Yeah, I didn't need any more working Centipede boards, but if I fix both of them, I'll definitely recoup my costs on those. Maybe make a couple bucks. So here's the second board. We put video ROMs in because I used the video ROMs from this board for the last board, and it looks like we have a video ROM issue. I did on a video maybe a few months ago on how to tell what the video issue is, but I can tell you right now, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, bank 4, which is chips 7N and N7 and N5. Again, the leftmost column is up to here. This half is bank 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. That is also means it's the low RAM, which is the 7 series. So this is N7 has a bad video RAM. So we're gonna go ahead and replace N7 and see what happens.
So I replaced the RAM at N7, and that fixed the problem. I also noticed that the Pokey was bad, so I went ahead and put in a new Pokey too.
And you see it works. All right. I've lost sound.
Now, since I just put a new Pokey in and I lost all sound, it's probably the LM324 on the board, so I'm going to just go ahead and replace that.
So I went ahead and replaced the LM324 op amp on there, and now we have sound again. So that was that.
So that was not a bad hour of work there. Not even an hour. We fixed 2 boards. 2 boards I bought off eBay kind of by accident, and less than an hour of work, and they're working. So that's great.